Let me show you how Xenett automates the payroll accrual entries. So the screen that you're looking at right now is a QuickBooks journal entry for the payroll. This particular entry is on 8/5, but it is for the period 7/28 to 8/3, which means that there are some days of July and then there are some days of August involved. In this case, you see that the whole expense is booked in August itself, and hence we have to make the accrual for the respective days of July as of 7/31st. And this is what Xenett does it automatically. The only thing that you'll have to do in this case is just make sure that you write the appropriate memo that has the from and to date. You can either say from and to, or you can type in for the period. The moment you click on save, behind the scene, Xenett will automatically figure out how many days are there in each month. And based on that, it will make the accrual as well as it will also make the reversal entry as well. So let me take you to Xenett and show you. So if I take you to Xenett, this is what the payroll accrual schedule looks like, where you can see that, in fact, this is how it show up. Let's just say if I go to finances review, and then if you go to, let's just say, payroll accrual here, and you click here, you can see the schedule. And it also shows you the whole calculation. Like, this was the original payroll amount. This is how it figured out how many days for July, how many days for August, and it calculated the amounts for that. And accordingly, it made the accrual, as well as it also did the reversal as well, right? That's all done automatically. In fact, as you can see, it also created this schedule automatically, and it is also now matching the balance as per schedule, as per GL, and that is how. So technically, you would not have to do anything. All you have to do is, as I explained, just simply mention the period name in a memo, and Xenett will take care of the rest. Now, to get started with this payroll accrual automation, here is what you have to do. All right. Inside Xenett, first of all, make sure that you have a task for that. If you have not done it, so just click on new, click on task, and inside review point, you will then see payroll accrual here. In my case, I have already added, and that is what that is why I did not see it. Now, once that task is added, when you click on this icon, for the very first time, you would have to do some configuration. And this is what it would ask you. First, the auto entry start date. This is where you're defining like from which date you want to start making those payroll accrual entries automatically through Xenett, right? The second mapping that you have to do is when Xenett makes the accrual entry, you have to map this balance sheet account. So by default, it will automatically select the payroll accruals if it is there on your balance sheet. But in case if it's not there, then you have to create one and then you have to map it. Basically, this is the account where Xenett would post the payroll accrual on the balance sheet. Now map the expense account. Now this is also important, guys. So this is where you'll have to select all those expense accounts that are involved in payroll entries, right? Generally, this would be profit and loss accounts here. But even in the profit and loss accounts, let's just say if you wanted to, basically you can decide which accounts you want to select for the accruals, which accounts you do not want to select it. So let me give an example. So this is what my payroll entry looks like right now. But imagine if your payroll entries has a lot of benefits here, but then you do not really want to accrue those benefits for the period, but you only want to accrue the major salary expense and the payroll tax expense. Based on that, you could then actually decide like, hey, I only want to make the accruals for these selected accounts only, which means that even when you have multiple expense accounts on payroll entries, but if you have only selected those specific accounts here, Xenett will only make the entries for those selected accounts. All right. So that's pretty much simple, guys. You guys can just start using it based on the steps that I have mentioned.